Let's continue further from where we have stopped on our last class, and there has been criticisms upon Mathai about his bad influences upon Nehru. That all we were discussing. Here, a metaphor is being used. The metaphor of a decadent court puts these national leaders on par with the flattering courtiers. So they are comparing it with the Mughals who used to surround kings in the old days, like how Mathai was influencing Nehru. For centuries, Delhi has been the capital where the Mughals, before the Khiljis and Lodhis, had caught in an atmosphere of intrigue where some upstart favorite would unduly influence the king. So same like how Mathai influenced the Nehru. At the time of Mughal, there were some favorite people of the king who would influence the king or the emperor badly. The metaphor constitutes very strong condemnation of Mathai. Rajmohan Gandhi is another important prose writer. His biography of C. Rajagopalachari, his maternal grandfather, first published in two volumes in 1978 and 1982, is considered the definitive work on this statesman. He has now written a condensed version, Rajaji, A Life, published by Penguin at New Delhi 1997. His biography of Gandhiji, his paternal grandfather, The Good Boatman, a portrait of Mahatma Gandhi 1995, is thought provoking. Rajmohan Gandhi was involved in the moral rearmament movement. He was chief editor of Himmat, a Bombay weekly. So Himmat is a Bombay weekly. It's a Hindi name. From 1964 to 1981. And later moved to Madras as a resident editor of the Indian Express. In the last decade, he has started taking an interest in national politics. His study of Hindu Muslim relations is perhaps his greatest contribution to modern thought. His latest book, Revenge and Reconciliation Understanding South Asian History, Viking Penguin India, New Delhi 1999, studied these topics in the context of this whole region. Realizing the general Indian ignorance about Muslims, he wrote biographies of 8 Muslim leaders. Understanding the Muslim Mind, first published in 1986 under the title Eight Lives, a study of the Hindu Muslim encounter. Rajmohan Gandhi presents historical facts in a clear and readable manner. He attempts to present both sides of a question. He is not only focused upon one part, he is focused upon the negative and the positive. So that's all about Rajmohan Gandhi. So Rajmohan Gandhi is another important prose writer, and his biography of C. Rajagopal Achari, his maternal grandfather, it was first published in 1978 and 1982. Okay, so it's a very great work by him, and he has also written a condensed version, Rajaji. So that is a life. His biography of Gandhiji, his paternal grandfather, the good boatman, a portrait of Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi was his paternal grandfather. It is thought provoking. Rajmohan Gandhi was involved in the moral rearmament movement. He was a chief editor of Himmat, a Bombay weekly, from 1964 to 1981. And he later moved to Madras as a resident editor of the Indian Express. In the last decade, he was started taking an interest in national politics. So, towards his last decades, he became interested in our national Indian politics. His study of Hindu-Muslim relations is perhaps his greatest contribution to modern thought. So, what is his greatest contribution to modern thought? His study of Hindu-Muslim relationships. So he had a good opinion about the Muslims in India. You need to understand a time like that, there were so much problems happening between the Hindus and the Muslims. We're talking about Rajmohan Gandhi, and Gandhi was his paternal grandfather. In the last decade, he has started taking his study of Hindu-Muslim relations is perhaps his greatest contribution to modern thought. His latest book, Revenge and Reconciliation, Understanding South Asian History. So his latest book was what? Revenge and Reconciliation, Understanding South Asian History. Studies this topic in the context of the whole region, realizing the general Indian ignorance about Muslims. So there were so much ignorance about the Muslims in India. He wrote the biographies of 8 Muslim leaders. Understanding the Muslim Mind. It was first published in 1986 under the title 8 Lives, a study of the Hindu-Muslim encounter. Rajmohan Gandhi presents historical facts in a clear and readable manner. So, Rajmohan Gandhi presents historical facts in a clear and readable manner. He attempts to present both sides of a question. So, he is not biased. He presents both sides of a question. Next one. Many leading novelists have written travelogues. R.K. Narayan's The Emerald Route takes us all over Karnataka. And R.K. Narayan's very famous work, The Malgudi Days, you should remember. While his dateless diary, 1960, is about his visit to USA. Many novelists of the new generation have written travelogues. Salman Rushdie, a very famous writer, The Jaguar Smile, 1987, describes his visit to Nicaragua. While, Alan Seeley is from, maybe that's missing, from Yukon to Yucatan, describes his journey along the west coast of North America. You will read travelogues by Vikram Seth and Amitabh Ghosh in Unit 6 of this block. The personal essay is again a very popular prose form, and Indians have not lagged behind in practicing it. These light essays are generally published in newspapers or journals. But there are many collections of lasting literary merit. R.K. Narayan's essays reveal his keen observation of life in India. So R.K. Narayan's essays reveals what? His keen observation of life in India. His gentle irony make them very entertaining reading. Many collections of his essays have appeared, such as Next Sunday, 1956, and A Writer's Nightmare, Selected Essays, 1958 to 1988. The chief virtues of Narayan's prose, whether he is writing autobiography, essays, or translations, are simplicity. So R.K. Narayan's one of the thing that we can always appreciate is his simplicity, precision, not only simplicity but precision, clarity, and readability. He uses the minimum of words to achieve his purpose, and his vocabulary has a modest range. He is a master, R.K. Narayan is a master of the light essay and can create memorable characters with just a few words. V.V. John has written in a witty manner of modern India, especially the educational scene. In his collections of essays like Luggage, 1969, and The Great Classroom Hoax, 1978. Jug Suraiya, the newspaper columnist, has published a collection of light essays like A Taste of the Jugular and The Great Indian Boss. From the beginning, Indians have used English for functional purposes. What are the functional purposes with which English has been used? Trade and commerce, or politics and social reform. So either it may be trade or politics or a social reform. For almost 2 centuries, we have used it as a medium of scholarly works in various fields like science and technology, history, economics, religion, philosophy, and literary history and criticism. As students of literature, we are more interested in the creative use of the non-fiction prose in forms like autobiography, biography, travelogue, and the personal essay. Since we are literature students, so we are more interested in the creative use of the non-fiction prose in forms like autobiography, biography, travelogue, and personal essays. These are not fictions, right? Yeah. So this is all about that. And next class, we will continue with the forms and varieties of prose. Okay then.